Hey everyone, I'm Darius. Before you spend any more money on Amazon ads, you need to understand the Amazon customer shopping journey. The customer journey is just the path the shopper takes from I have a problem to I found a product I trust and I'm buying it. On Amazon, that journey usually has a few simple stages. In this video, I'll break down each stage of the Amazon customer journey and how to set goals at each stage. Stick around. I promise you don't want to miss out. All right, everyone, so let's get into it. The Amazon customer shopping journey consists of 4 different stages, and I'll explain each one so that by the end of this video, you have a better understanding of what the Amazon customer shopping journey is. Stage 1 is brand awareness. This is where the shopper is just starting to look around on Amazon. Maybe their headphones just broke, and then they go to Amazon and type in a broad search term like wireless headphones. They don't know which brand they're looking for just yet. They're just scrolling, seeing what's out there and clicking on whatever looks interesting at the time. Stage 2 is consideration. Now that they've clicked on a few products, they're starting to do a little bit more research. They're starting to read titles and bullet points. They're looking at your product listing images. They're checking reviews and star ratings. They might even compare prices, products, open a few tabs, and just do a little bit more deeper research. They might even add a product to cart, but they're still thinking about it. They haven't necessarily made a purchase yet. Stage 3 is the conversion stage. This is where they finally choose a product. They hit add to cart or buy now. They enter in their payment information. Confirm the details, and the order goes through. Stage 4 is the loyalty stage. If they like the product, they might come back and buy it again. They may even leave a review, and they may also look for other products that you may offer underneath your brand. That whole path from searching to deciding to buying is the customer shopping journey. Now, why does this matter for you as an Amazon seller? Because most sellers run ads with one thought: I just want more sales. I want to make more sales, or I want to return on my ad spend. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that not every ad is doing the same job. An ad that helps people discover your brand will behave very differently than an ad that's trying to close the sale right before they buy. If you judge all your ads the same way and hold them all to the exact same standard and to the same goal, you'll eventually end up killing good campaigns and wasting money on bad ones. When you understand the Amazon customer shopping journey, you can ask a better question. What stage is this ad actually supporting? Is this ad about helping shoppers find me for the first time? Is it about getting them to click and learn more about my brand and my other product offerings? Or is it about convincing them to finally buy? Once you know that, you can pick the right ad types, set the right goals, and focus on the right metrics. And that's essentially how you stop guessing with Amazon ads and start using them to guide shoppers from the brand awareness stage to the consideration stage to the conversion stage and finally the loyalty stage. One thing that I like about Amazon is that they provide you with advertising products and tools to help you reach your customers and your audience at every stage of the Amazon customer shopping journey. As you can see, like if you're trying to reach customers that are in the consideration or purchase stage, you can utilize sponsored ads in the form of sponsored product campaigns, which are your manual and your automatic campaigns. You have your display ads, which is your Amazon sponsored display, where you can showcase videos and lifestyle videos of people interacting with your products, etc. Video ads to create brand awareness to reach those customers that are in the discovery phase or awareness phase, where they're not necessarily looking for a specific brand. At this point, they're just more so just browsing and shopping to see what's out there, who's offering the best product, which brand is the best. So that's one thing that I like about being a seller on Amazon. And it's very critical as an Amazon seller that you know which Amazon advertising product to use at the exact right time to meet customers along the shopping journey. Because every ad serves a different purpose, as I mentioned earlier. You wouldn't want to, for example, you wouldn't want to run a sponsor ads campaign or a sponsor product campaign alone by itself if you're trying to create brand awareness. You could couple the sponsor ads or the sponsor product campaigns with a sponsor brand campaign in the form of a video while you're running your automatic campaigns, your manual campaigns, or your product targeting campaigns. So it's very critical again to make sure that you understand one, the customer shopping journey, two, like the purpose of the advertising products that Amazon gives the Amazon sellers, so that way you can reach the customers where they are. Now, I'm going to show you how you can identify your advertising goals on Amazon. And I know, again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people, when they think about running ads on Amazon, they're just more concerned about driving sales for their products. They're wanting to get a return on their ad spend due to them investing so much in the Amazon PPC. The advertising products you use, as well as your goal, should determine what it is that you're trying to accomplish in terms of, are you trying to create awareness, consideration? Are you trying to convert? Or are you trying to get repeat purchases? Are you trying to establish brand loyalty? And having these goals set before you even start advertising on Amazon will help determine whether or not you're running the right advertisement, and it'll also help you determine if you're looking at the right metrics in the Amazon advertising reports. For example, so I'll just cover a few here. So if your goal is, I want more people to be aware of my brand. So at that point, you're going to be meeting customers who are in the brand awareness stage, which is stage one of the Amazon customer shopping journey. So in order to reach those customers that are in the awareness stage, you would definitely want to run a sponsored brand campaign as well as a sponsored product campaign as well, which is your sponsor ads. So that way you will be able to tell your brand story, introduce people to your brand, as well as educate them on your entire product line and your offerings of products that you have. And when you're starting to measure whether or not that brand awareness campaign is successful, some of the metrics that you will want to look at in your Amazon advertising report would be impressions and reach and brand recall lift. Those are the type of metrics that you will want to base whether or not you are successful with meeting your goal. And one of the most common goals that I hear often, and also early on was one of my go-to goals that I would always chase, would be, I want to drive more sales. I want to drive more sales. I want to get more sales. I only want to engage with people who want to purchase product from me. I would find myself just running sponsored product campaigns in the forms of automatic campaigns and manual campaigns. So if you're a seller that's focused on conversions and you're wanting to meet your customers, only the customers that are ready to buy right then, right at that moment, you'll want to run your sponsored product ads here. As you can see, you'll be able to reach people who are in the consideration phase. Sorry, not the consideration phase, but the consideration stage as well as the conversion stage. And if you're wanting to reach customers that are in the consideration stage, where you're trying to move them from the just browsing stage to actually adding your brand's products to their cart and interacting with your content, on Amazon, then you'll want to run a display ad. The display ads will basically educate your customers on your product, on your brand, and basically your display ads will be able to not only reach them at the consideration stage, but also at every point of the Amazon customer shopping journey, as you can see here. The display ads are reaching customers from their awareness all the way up into loyalty. So, some of the metrics that you'll want to measure whenever you're running consideration, whenever you're trying to reach customers that are in a consideration phase, or I keep saying phase, not the phase, but the consideration stage, would be traffic, your store visits, your detailed page views and visits, the number of views that your display ads are getting, your video views. And just to backtrack one step, if your sole intent is to drive purchase and you're just looking to get those immediate short-term sales, you will basically want to measure some familiar metrics that a lot of people are aware of already, which is ACoS, ROAS, and the number of sales that you're getting as a seller. ACoS is your advertising cost of sales, and ROAS is your return on your ad spend. So I'm not going to cover every goal and every individual metric that you should measure, but you could definitely take a screenshot of this information here and save it to your camera roll or even print it out and use it as a guide whenever you're trying to reach customers that are at different stages along the Amazon customer shopping journey. And this guide will also give you like a baseline as far as some common goals that a lot of sellers often have and like the objective of those goals. So whenever you're looking at your Amazon advertising reports, you can measure whether or not that goal that you set was successful based on the right metrics. Because it's not always about driving sales immediately. Sometimes you'll get the sale long term, like down the road, or it goals vary from seller to seller, brand to brand, company to company. Everybody wants to make a sale on Amazon, but sometimes those sales happen at different paces. Sometimes you have to make sure that the customer, the shopper is for, you have to create that awareness for them to let them know, hey, this is who I am. This is my brand. This is my product listing. This is what I have to offer. And then you want to ease them slowly into actually making a purchase. You'll move them from the awareness stage into the consideration phase where they may not be ready just yet to shop with you. They're looking at other brands. They may find other brands that may have better videos, better images, or they're just trying to see what product has the best quality, which similar products, what are the products that are similar to yours that have the same level of quality or that may possibly be better. So when they're in that consideration phase, you can meet them with, like I said earlier, the display ads. And once they're done considering and they finally made their choice, you can move them into the conversion stage with your sponsored product ads, your manual campaigns, your automatic campaigns, your product targeting campaigns. And then if they really like your product and the quality of your product and they like everything about your brand story, just everything about your brand, your product offering, your listing screams quality, you can essentially turn them into a loyal customer to where they'll end up coming back and purchasing more product from you, or just possibly be in love with your brand to where they're purchasing like different products from you. And that's overall the goal, is to take them through the entire marketing funnel, which is the Amazon customer shopping journey, and make sure that they have a very satisfying experience from beginning to end with your brand or your product.